Hi folks, in this vid I won't be doing any t-shirt printing. I'm hoping to give you an insight as to what it's like to start a t-shirt printing business, probably working from home like I did. Right, I'm going to try and give you an insight as to what it was like for me when I first started in the t-shirt printing game. Now initially I finished full-time employment in 2005 and I'd been working, that was at the age of 41, and I'd been working since the age of 16 in the electrical industry. So I was an electrician. I'd been through many different sort of situations, working my way up on the tools into a management position, sitting down at a desk, then going back out on the tools again, working 12-hour shifts, working different places, different experiences all over the UK where I work. And at the end of the day, I felt that I was giving too much time away to an employer and not spending enough time with my family. Now, I've been thinking about doing this for a few years, and I've tried many different things in the business opportunity market with regards to trying to generate an income from home. And all them courses that I went on, I literally spent thousands and thousands of pounds going on different courses, attending different seminars run by great big entrepreneurs, and I'd literally spent thousands and thousands of pounds. And all their stuff, what they was telling you, sounds good when they're telling you, because at the end of the day, they're salespeople. I was a normal working class person. I didn't have none of the skills. The internet was something I didn't have any knowledge about whatsoever. Creating websites, building anything, creating products, anything like that, I never had any interest in at all, and I didn't know anything about. The theory all sounds good when you're looking at these internet marketers and what they say that you can do and what you can achieve, but they're speaking from a perspective when they're successful, and they don't let you really know right at the very beginning what they had to do. Well, that's what I hope to do in this video, and how I started slowly in a niche and the reasons why I chose that niche, and then how I then grew that business to where we are now. Now, it became apparent to me very early on that what they was telling me to do was to go into the internet marketing niche. Now, if you know anything about internet marketing or selling online, the internet marketing niche is a very high risk business, and it's one where a beginner can't come in and just command a market or a product or whatever. You've got to be known in that market because people spend a lot of money in it. There's a lot of money can be generated, but it's a highly speculative market, and you as a beginner are never going to earn any money as a one-off coming in trying to sell an ebook on how to make money or stuff like that. I've done a bit of research, and one thing I did find was how to make video products. And I didn't have a camcorder at the time, so I went out and bought a camcorder, and I was following one person on the internet on how to make information products. And at that time we bought a spray tan kit for my wife Sharon, and with that spray tan kit we filmed her in our house, and I didn't know about presentation or speaking to camera or whatever, so I was just sort of doing a little bit of research on the internet and then not writing anything down and just saying little bits to camera, and I just filmed my wife spraying a suntan solution on my daughter. Then I created a DVD product out of it, and I sold that product on eBay. I then chose my second product and I created this DVD here. Well, as you can see, it's on old school motorbikes of the 70s and 80s, and this was a DVD which I actually created back in 2006, which is the date, I don't think you can see the date down there, and I had the name cmar.co.uk. That was the web address or the website which I then sold this DVD on, as well as eBay. Now, at that time, because I wanted to make information products, I'm a great believer of, if you're going to do something, rather than go into markets which they was telling you to go into, the so-called internet entrepreneurs, which is the business opportunity market, diet and fitness, health and beauty, stuff like that, which I didn't have anything about or didn't have any standing about. I thought that I'd go into the market where I knew a little bit about or something about, and that was the bikes that I grew up with, the motorcycles that I grew up with. So I went to all the different forums, and I found different experts in them forums who all had the bikes that I wanted to feature in my DVD product there. In total, I featured 7 motorcycles or mopeds from the 1970s and 1980s, and what I did was to contact each individual and ask them if they wanted to feature in my DVD, and we was a small film company. Now, because I was going to go around and visit these people, I needed to present myself in a way where I was a company. So what I did, I contacted I found a local supplier who prints on t-shirts, and this was the actual t-shirt. The reason why I'm doing this video, because this was the t-shirt that I had printed to promote myself as I was filming to these people, to show them that I was a proper company. And I found this t-shirt because I printed on this one in my last video with that t-shirt transfer, and I didn't realise what it was. I've had this t-shirt since 2006. So I went to a local company and I asked them, oh, do you print on t-shirts? And they said, yes, we can get them done. And I noticed at the back they had a heat press. I told them what I wanted, which was this basic, simple, just words like that, as you can see. It's just the name of the company and the web address on the front of the t-shirt. And I planned on wearing that t-shirt when I was going filming all these different people, which I basically did. Anyway, so I asked the chap in the shop how much for that. I think he charged me $14.99 back in 2006 to have that done, and it took him 5 days to get that ready. So after I'd done my videos, and I thought to myself, that didn't look too hard. To produce these simple garments, it can't be very technical. So I started doing a bit of research, and again, as I've told you many a times, I went to different forums and stuff like that, and the information wasn't forthcoming, so I had to find out by myself, and I bought some cheap equipment, and it basically didn't work out too well at the beginning. But all that was bought working from home, and I thought to myself, with my internet marketing knowledge on how to find niches, maybe I could create simple one-off t-shirts like this for the hungry market of people in the niches that I was already in. In other words, the motorcycle niche. So that inspired me to go out and buy the equipment. Now, we didn't work in this room here, as you can probably see now. We've got it all laid out. This is our dining room. We're still doing it from home now, as you know. But my theory was to have lots of little businesses, or little dripping tap incomes coming in via the simple things that had to have learnable skills, stuff which I could learn. And I thought printing stuff like that on a t-shirt, for example, is definitely a learnable skill. And what we did then, we set up our home office in off our bedroom. We've got a dressing room, and I'll take you in there now and I'll show you. We actually set up a work table in there, and I'll show you that now. Let's go have a look at that. Right, so coming in here, this is our small dressing room which we have just on the side of our bedroom. We didn't obviously have this in here then, but what we had here under the window, I'd put a normal worktop right along here, and on that worktop we had a heat press, which was, let me think where the heat press was. Heat press was there, I think, if I remember rightly. And then we had the mug press next to it as well, because I started doing the mug pressing as well. That was the first one, actually. And the reason why we done that was because, again, we could target the same niches as the t-shirt, so I thought that was another stream of income. So we had that there. Sharon had this worktop along here just to do the printing, and we had a printer there as well on the top there, and underneath we had the boxes of t-shirts and mugs and whatever down there. So I'd sort of be in bed in the morning, and I could hear Sharon up. She used to get up about 7 o'clock in the morning, and I could hear her printing and pressing and stuff like that. And this is how we actually started. So this never was a dressing room. It was just a spare room we had, and we just utilised the space which we got. Now, I know you hear a lot of people saying that, oh, you can work this home business off a kitchen table. Well, in reality, you're going to need to hold stock and stuff like that. So we had to have a place where we could hold stock, and lucky enough this little area was a bit of just a dead space walking through from the bedroom into our bathroom sort of thing. So that's what we used there as our little office, and we stayed in there for years. And it was only over the last sort of 3 years or so, I think, that we then sort of changed it and moved into the bigger area where we was now. But as I say, we worked in this little space for many years and run a small business basically just on a worktop there. And that was all we needed, was a normal worktop. One full length went in there. I think it was about, I don't know, was it 2.5 meters maybe long? That's the because we still had to open the wardrobe door at the end there, so we couldn't have it all the way along. And that was all we basically done. So we worked a business out of that little area there for many years. Right, so as you can see, we didn't have much space to work in, but that done the job for many years. What I'm trying to say to you is that you may not have any experience or knowledge in the things that you're possibly going into, but it does pay if you've got an interest into that sort of stuff. So if you've ever followed any of these so-called big gurus saying that you can earn easy wealth and stuff like that, and you've been taken in by that, as I was, the reality of it is that you're never going to make an impact in a market where high risk, high reward markets, in other words, like health and beauty, diet and fitness, all them sort of stuff, and internet marketing, business opportunity, work from home. This is a work from home business, which I wanted to do, because I do work from home, as you probably know, as I've done for the past 12 years. So over the years, I've become an expert in a field which I had no knowledge in. It was a learnable skill, and it was something I had an interest in. I was quite interested in producing these sort of garments, how simple it was with just having the right equipment. And that brings me on to the next bit about having the right equipment. You'll find people on eBay, if you're going to look on eBay to buy your stuff, you'll find people who are selling complete setups, in other words, a heat press, maybe a mug press, they might, all their merchandise, the vinyls, transfer papers, the whole lot. You'll find people selling them, and they'll say that, oh, it's a job lot, blah, 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 was a business that we run. And in reality, the probably reason why they're selling it is, one, because they've probably bought a heat press which wasn't up to the job, and two, they didn't have the knowledge or the marketing skills to be able to get any customers. So initially, you have to realise that there is a learning curve. The learning curve is going to be get the right equipment, then learn how to use it. That's the first learning curve. And then once you've learned how to use it, and then you've got to know how to market to different niches, to find, to exploit different niches and stuff like that. Well, my training DVD will teach you or show you exactly how I started off and what I come up against, and what the reasons why I chose this method of printing. The main reason is because it's totally reliable, it's cheap, it's the cheapest form of producing one-off simple garments, as opposed to something like screen printing where you have to create a frame up, and then you've got to have a single frame for each different colour, and then you've got to have the equipment to be able to press and squeegee and stuff like that. That's a whole different business setup, and not for the beginner. This setup which I've got, which I still use now after 12 years, is the easiest and best way, in my opinion, to start in the t-shirt printing business industry. And I cover all that in my training DVD. You'll see the original equipment which I was using right back at the very beginning, and I used that equipment right up until we moved into this room here. And if you see my videos where we first moved into this room, you'll still see I had my original heat press that I'd had for all that time as well. So that's the bonus of getting the DVD, or looking at my training DVD, and also getting me to have email support. And I've also got the membership website, which if you visit the UK Internet Marketing School website, I'll leave a link in the description below as well, where I've got a £25 a year membership site. And that is an annual subscription. In other words, you'll pay £25, you'll get free access to all the tutorial videos in there, no t-shirt based stuff in there. That's all how I make money. You'll see how I created these DVDs, for example, and how I created the first one which I spoke about, the spray tanning DVD. All that's in the membership club. You'll see exactly what I'd done to start off in this business, how I created simple websites. I'll show you in there how I found niches and how I exploited niches. And then if you couple that with the t-shirt DVD, which again is £25, I've kept everything at a low price, you'll get my full email support as well. So I've just tried to give you a little window into our lives and the reasons why I started up, and as to the reasons why I chose the businesses I chose, because they was a learnable skill, they was easily replicated, and also I could exploit many, many different niches, as what we did in these DVDs. I actually created another motorcycle DVD, and I was going to create a whole series of them, but I never did that. But they are still, that window of opportunity is still out there if someone else wanted to do that as well. And I sold this DVD for about, what are we now, 2006? I took this off the market, I think, last year. So I sold that for about 11 years, this DVD. And that was a residual income. And it was all doing something which I enjoyed doing, and I had a little bit of knowledge and passion about, hence me making these training DVDs for you as well. So our main business is video, tutorial DVDs. We make the t-shirts, we make the mugs, and we also make YouTube videos. The rest of it, our life, is doing exactly what we want. And I'm also working, doing the stuff which I'm doing here in my own home when I want to be doing it. And my wife is involved in that as well. So it's a family little business, and I trained her up. Again, learnable skills. Anyone can learn these skills. Just get the right information from the right person. Take notice of one person only, and you'll be fine. I'm there to offer that service to you in my DVD and in my UK Internet Marketing School membership site. Anyway, hope this was a little bit of an insight into our life, the reasons why I did the things I did after working in the system for, well, from the age of 16 up to 41. Didn't like being told what to do, didn't like getting up and working 12-hour shifts for 7 days a week, didn't like sleeping in the back of a transit van, which I had to do within the last couple of years when I moved house. I moved away from London up to Lincolnshire. And I didn't like being told what to do by people who didn't have a clue what they were doing themselves. I'm in charge of our destiny in our life now, in our own life, and I'm enjoying life with my friends and family. Thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description below. You'll find all the links what I've been talking about below in the description below this video. So don't forget to subscribe as well. And every time I put a new video up, if you hit that little bell button next to the subscribe button, you'll get notified when you see one of my videos pop up. Anyway, thanks very much. See ya. Bye for now.